The organization that I researched for this cultural detective video is Triangle Volleyball Club, based out of my hometown of Raleigh, North Carolina. Founded in 2002 and led by coaches and directors Jenna Hinton, Logan Striebel-Barber, and Mike Shaw. Although I'm no longer a collegiate athlete, I'm still a member of this organization through their alumni program. Triangle Volleyball Club is a nonprofit dedicated to helping their student athletes excel on and off the court. Their motto is educating the whole person through excellence in the sport of volleyball. The club is nationally recognized for their successes, with teams winning and/or participating in prestigious tournaments, such as the Junior Olympics. Artifacts the club has are jerseys of some alumni who have gone pro, as well as awards from these various tournaments. In reference to Miller's entry in the book about Dean and Kennedy's strong cultures on page 72, some heroes that Triangle has produced include Katie Slay, far right, Haley Nelson, who is not pictured, and Maddie Bug in the middle. 3 Triangle alumni who went on to play at 3 top 10 collegiate teams in the nation, with Slay at Penn State, Bug at Stanford, and Nelson at Wisconsin. All of these athletes are All-Americans and have gone on to play professionally. Athletes from Triangle have been awarded $12.8 million in athletic and academic scholarships in 15 years of the club's existence, reinforcing that this organization is one of the best in the country for training top-tier athletes. Members also reinforce this idea by promoting Triangle on social media, word of mouth, and following procedures set in place by the club at major tournaments. Miller refers to organizational subcultures on page 76 and how they have the potential to contribute to organizations. Different coaches lead each team, with Triangle being the larger community everyone's a part of. The team has a distinct persona, different names such as 17 Black or Blue, which are some of the organization's colors. Teams are supportive of each other, tracking down where clubmates are playing in an arena with sometimes 100 volleyball courts or more. Teams are also competitive, scrimmaging in practices and vying for spots in tournaments. Rites of passage to Triangle include tryouts. They're 2 to 3 days long and very intense because athletes have to show off their skills to get a role in the team. Once you have made a team, rituals include team signing night, where players dress up and celebrate the beginning of the season and meeting their new teams. Onboarding processes include coaches who are hired and undergo a rigorous training program before being assigned to their teams. Both of these instances install the notion of Triangle's culture, practices, and beliefs in each individual. Triangle's organizational culture is created and sustained by communication in many ways. Coaches care a lot about each athlete and teach core values at every practice, tournament, and meeting. Some of these values are pushing yourself to be the best you can be, as well as pushing your teammates to perform at their best. Strong community is also taught and encouraged through Triangle's volunteer work abroad for Courts for Kids, in which teams build volleyball courts in impoverished communities, or helping local veterans in setting volleyball teams in tournaments. Even at practice, players start practice with a short speech from the club directors or one of the coaches, and the players have to have their toes perfectly aligned with the outline of the court. Discipline is a major theme of the club's culture. There are challenges with running an organization, and Triangle is no different. Directors are put in charge of managing hundreds of student athletes, their schedules, facilities, running tournaments, booking travel to said tournaments, and various accommodations, facilities, youth and volunteer programs, etc. Decision-making is influenced by these factors, with influence from coaches, parents, and athletes. Conflict management is comprised of coaches meeting with players and possibly parents to resolve issues. The reality is players are competing for court time, so going to the coach is the worst possible scenario. Most players will resolve any issues themselves if there is a strong team culture. Intercultural communication frequently happens at Triangle because there is constant dialogue with other clubs, colleges, major organizations, and even the Guinness World Records organization. Triangle holds the most 110 consecutive passes. That's the world record achieved in 2010. They also have a partnership with another successful club called A5 out of Atlanta, making a huge volleyball presence in the South. Communication is not only necessary to play the sport of volleyball successfully, but also to ask coaches and teammates feedback to grow as a player. The club uses communication via coaches, parents, practices, cultural performances at tournaments, social media, and websites to send messages about the club. Organizational culture is strengthened and maintained through the role within your team and then the bigger picture, meaning club and community. There is strong leadership and management in which coaches embody both characteristics of these roles. It is possible to manufacture a particular organizational culture. Triangle worked to become one of the best clubs in the nation, with players taking pride in being a part of it. Not only is it heavily awarded and produced the best collegiate athletes in the history of NCAA volleyball,